On the 20th of January, Neymar, who is one of the most famous athletes in the world with over 170 million followers on Instagram, tweeted that he had just purchased the picture of this ape. How much do you think he paid for it? $10, $50, or how about $100? The answer might shock you. If you're not ready for such an answer, please turn off the video because the picture of this ape costs probably more than your house. Neymar paid 160 Ethereums or almost $450,000 for a pink ape outfitted with flashy futuristic glasses. But that's not all. He also bought Ape 5269, which is an ape with lasers coming out of his eyes, for 190 Ethereums or $533,000. Even for a celebrity like Neymar Jr., spending $1 million on two digital arts that you can literally copy and paste is considered a lot. However, $1 million in the world of NFTs is peanuts. Check out Every Day, the first 5,000 days. It is a 5,000 art collection of people's artwork which was sold for almost $70 million. Yes, you heard that right, almost $70 million. But the most expensive NFT ever was sold on the 2nd of December 2021 for $91.8 million. So, if you're wondering how much money can be made with NFTs, the answer is pretty simple. A lot. Why investors willing to pay so much for these paintings? Why could they potentially worth much more in the future? And how teenagers are making millions of dollars through NFTs? We will answer all of these questions and many more. If you're ready, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. When I wake up, the first thing that I do is check my phone to find out what's happening in the world. I would spend 10-20 minutes just scrolling through my social media and I wouldn't really get everything I need. It was frustrating until I came across Morning Brew. It's a free daily newsletter that delivers you business, finance and tech news that you can read in just 5 minutes. Traditional news is dry, dense and boring, while Morning Brew is witty, relevant, informative. Today, for example, Morning Brew surprised me with fascinating stats from Airbnb's Q4 earnings. About half of the nights booked on the platform were for stays of at least 1 week, and 20% were for at least a month. That's valuable news to me since I hold Airbnb stocks. There is no reason not to subscribe to Morning Brew. Click the link in the description to subscribe to Morning Brew today. It's completely free and it takes less than 15 seconds to subscribe. Paying millions of dollars for some digital art sounds insane, but in the age of the internet, paying so much money for any kind of art is insane. Let's take a look at the most famous piece of art, Mona Lisa. It is believed to be worth more than $850 million, 9 times more than the most expensive NFT ever sold. We can debate forever why physical art worth the money while the digital one doesn't, but the fact is, in the age of the internet, we can make a perfect copy of anything, even the Mona Lisa. So that begs the question, if we can create as many copies as we want, why is Mona Lisa still worth $850 million? The answer is simple: scarcity. It was drawn by Da Vinci in 1503. While you can create a copy, the Mona Lisa that was painted by Da Vinci over 500 years ago is only one, and there is not going to be a second one, because first of all, Da Vinci is no longer around, and secondly, you can't claim that your copy of Mona Lisa is 500 years old. In other words, we humans are very irrational creatures, and we are ready to overpay to have things that others don't have to show our status in society. That's why some people pay hundreds if not millions of dollars for a Rolex watch that does exactly what any other watch does: tells the time. Or pay thousands of dollars for a t-shirt that were only a limited number of them produced. Whether you think that is dumb or not, that's a topic for another video. But that's a fact. That's exactly what NFTs are for. After the French Revolution, Mona Lisa was moved to the Louvre and changed hands multiple times. On 21st of August 1911, the painting was stolen and was returned back a few years later. After running dozens of tests, they confirmed that this painting is most probably the one that was drawn by Da Vinci. However, if back in 1503 Da Vinci had turned this painting into an NFT, we would have known every owner of the Mona Lisa since it was created and how it moved hands over the centuries. Of course, NFTs didn't exist back then, but that's the point. NFTs are based on blockchain, and blockchain is a distributed database and stores information electronically in digital format. So the entire network knows that Neymar Jr., for example, is the owner of Ape 5269. You can create a copy and pretend like it's the original, but no one is going to believe you because it is all there in the records and we don't need the middleman to confirm it. The public confirms it. If you're not interested in art, NFTs probably don't make much sense to you, but if you are, this is a game changer. We no longer need experts and historians to verify whether this is the Mona Lisa that was drawn by Da Vinci. The moment it's recorded in the blockchain, no one can steal it or create another copy. I mean, they can create a copy, but everyone will know which one is the original and which one is a copy because it is being tracked by thousands, if not millions of computers all across the globe whenever it changes hands. If your favorite artist designs an art for you, the entire world is going to know that this art was designed for you and it belongs to you and no one can steal it or claim otherwise. But what makes NFTs even more exciting is the Metaverse. Metaverse is believed to be Web 3.0. If you want to know what is Metaverse and why is it a big deal, then check out our video on Metaverse. It's one of my favorite videos on the channel. But in short, in the last 2 decades, we've been building a virtual identity. And instead of smartphones, we'll be walking with smart glasses where our virtual identities will have an entire world of their own. This is of course an oversimplification, but there in the metaverse, the only way to own things will be through NFTs. That's why they are going to be a big deal. I mean, they are already a big deal. An NFT was sold for over $90 million. Isn't that a big deal already? But the main question is, how do you make money with NFTs? There are essentially 3 ways to make money with NFTs. The first one is, of course, to create your own collection. You don't necessarily have to be the artist. You can come up with the idea and let someone else paint it for you. I have a friend who is doing exactly that. The question is, why would people buy your NFT? That's where marketing comes into the picture. Your job is to create as much hype as possible around them. If you convince a celebrity to buy one, that will create some buzz and will definitely attract attention. Other times, they keep reselling them among each other to the point where it becomes so expensive that it hits the news. But most people make money with NFTs by flipping. An NFT starts getting attention. You sell it, someone else buys it in the hopes of reselling it for a higher price. Eventually, someone buys it with the exact same hope. At the end of the day, it is overpriced. It's like a ticking bomb. Everyone is just passing it to the other, hoping that it won't explode in their hands. But the fact is, it will explode sooner or later. You can play this game, but you have to know that the moment it explodes, over 90% or probably 99% of all NFTs will become worthless. There are people who are going to make fortunes, but the vast majority will lose. The ones who really make money with NFTs are marketplaces such as OpenSea or LooksRare, where NFTs are traded. These people make millions regardless of which NFTs are getting the attention, and once the bubble bursts, they won't lose anything. They'll just stop making so much money. They charge around 5% per trade. That is a lot. $5 billion worth of NFTs has been sold on OpenSea alone as of January 2022, which means the platform has earned over $250 million. NFTs probably have a bright future, but in the short run, some people will make fortunes, but most people will lose, especially since we're heading into a recession. During recessions, risky industries suffer the most because people simply have less money to spend. That is why it is important to consider the stock market. If you're new to the stock market, check out my course on Skillshare. You can try Skillshare for free using the link in the description, or get at least 2 free stocks by signing up to Webull. The link is also in the description. Thanks for watching, and until next time.